enact the Defense Production Act almost immediately.
Joe Biden's incompetent. And Joe Biden, if you look at what he did with the swine flu, it was a disaster. And his own people, his own person who was in charge of it said, no, we really made mistakes. It was a disaster. We handled it horribly. I don't even know. It's hard to believe that he actually said this, but he said this 2 years ago. He said this. He made a statement that they handled it horribly. He said they didn't know what they were doing. They had no clue. And that was a much less lethal problem than this. This is lethal. That was a much less lethal problem. And Joe Biden wouldn't have done anything. He didn't want me to do the ban. He said, oh, don't ban, don't ban. And then he apologized for it later on. And then he goes around and second guesses. All he can do is second guess. There's a terrible situation for the world. The world is suffering with it. UK just shut down again. They just announced that they're going to do a shutdown. And we're not going to be doing that. We understand the disease. We understand how to handle it. Our hospitals are very low now in terms of the number of patients, which is a great thing. We have tremendous capacity, and we are making the turn. But Joe doesn't have a clue, and Joe would not have been able to do a good job. You wouldn't have ventilators if Joe was there. There's no way he would have had ventilators or anything else. And when Joe makes these statements, just ask him to look at the swine flu, which was a total disaster, according to his person that handled it. And everybody knew it at the time. Now all of a sudden he's supposed to be some smart guy that comes in and he would solve a much more difficult situation. Wouldn't have happened. 47 years of failure.
One